This is Unexplained YouTube.
Nie ma nic. Pusto, nikogo. Widzieliście to? No. Zagrałeś to?
Hey, Kendall, you ringing the bell on the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it sounds
You
like.
got me.
Hey,
That was actually cereal.
now you blew the immersion.
Oh,
Now they're not going to go on the journey with us because they know we're liars.
well, I feel like that is really their decision if they want to travel with us on this magical journey
Well-
or not.
In the off chance that they decided to take us as their captain,
Uh-huh.
we got ourselves a cave monster.
Oh, do we ever have a cave monster?
We love those cave monsters.
And I'm not talking about the little thing that hangs out in my trousers.
Okay.
That's a
what?
red light.
You know what? This is the first cave monster we've done since Sewer Creature. I think so.
I mean, we did some cave ones, but you're right. There wasn't really a distinct monster entity.
Yep, and here we go. Back into the that zone of cave monsters. Anyway, there's a lot of lore here, so we're just going to talk about the actual 17-second video first.
Yes.
All right, game on, warriors. That's us. There's a group of us. We're in this cave.
Uh-huh.
We're shining lights around because you're in a cave.
It's dark.
It's dark. Up ahead, out yonder, there he goes. He's going to shoot across. Then he's gone. You run up to him. Nothing there. There's a few weird things about this. One of the weirdest things is that they decide to run up to it at all. Right?
Yeah, it's not my,
So it wouldn't be my go-to reaction.
it's not.
And if you notice, the thing hasn't even finished crossing the cave yet, and they're already running.
Hot on its ass.
Dude, they're gonna get it. You'd think that they are not scared of this thing. They've been chasing it for well over 6 months, and there it is. But apparently, no, that's not the case. Another weird thing is that when they get to wherever the thing supposedly ran, it's gone.
Right.
I suppose that's sort of the scary part about it, is that if you're gonna have a creature in a cave, it's gonna be like a cave creature, right? It's gonna be pale and it's gonna climb up the walls, and
Yeah, it's going to be like a mole person kind of.
that's what you expect to be in a cave.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could see how it could disappear, but I just feel like you would have seen it going down the tunnel.
Well, you would have seen or heard or seen like dust kicked up or some sort of signs of something escaping, yeah?
I guess so.
I mean, is that
And-
not how they work?
I mean, they're in a cave. How hard could it be? You got two ways, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be more offshoots. We don't know. There's a lot of unknown things about this. All I know is that their reaction was incredibly strange.
Yeah, running towards it. I mean, most natural reaction is you stop and there's like a pause of hesitation, or you freeze up in fear. You know, it's fight or flight. Actually, there's like three now. It's fight, flight, or you freeze basically.
We've been part of us. Now, there's a lot of people in this group. We'll get to that in a second. But Kendall,
Yes.
you and me have been part of a scared mob of people before. We did not run after what we had seen. Especially, so instantaneously, without a peep, man. It was the collective effort on their part. Just know to run after it, right? Doesn't that seem weird? Like, you and me, everybody else was ahead of us. We were in the back, getting ready to run in case things went sour.
Yeah, I remember. We were always heroically bringing up the back.
Yeah,
You
man,
know,
well,
if shit was going to hit the fan, we were ready to go dodge, while everybody else was getting covered in poop.
Hey, somebody has to tell the story.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they died like pussies. We made it, though.
We made it. We killed it.
We ate it.
It seems to me if I'm just trying to think, I'm putting myself in this situation. I see a thing run across the cave. A thing. This is a thing. This isn't like a shadow. This isn't a noise. This isn't a
It's a thing, yeah.
It's a thing. I would stop. I go, oh boy.
Oh, Aunt Bay.
Oh, MP. We got ourselves a caveling.
Well, another thing, too. Okay, so let's just say they're down here and everything's on the up and up. And they're not looking for some sort of, creepy humanoid scurrying about.
Of course.
Why would they chase after it then?
Right? You don't know what it's going to do to you.
You don't even know who it is. Maybe it's just a dude. Instead of saying hi, hello, or hey, you just chase it down.
Just chase it, run after it.
It's not like, wow, dude. It's not like a dog that got away from your house or anything. It could be a wild animal or whatever, and you chase it down. That's just stupid.
Yep.
Because if it is a wild animal, you're in a cave. What you're doing is you're cornering it, and that's probably where it lives, so it's already on the defensive.
What if you turn that corner and there's 1,000 more of them?
Yeah, that too.
You just don't know.
But if you turn that corner and you fall down into a pit,
That too, you just
and then later on it comes back to nibble on you as you lay there paralyzed, moaning for help, but help never comes.
Watching it eat you. Watching it gnaw on your feet. Start at the feet, Lick your face off like a lion.
Jesus.
All right. Okay, so that's the 17-second video. Now there's a lot more that goes on with this.
Yeah, there is. So the title of the video, and I'm going to butcher this really badly, is okay, well, Tayanita Polstak in okay, no, okay. It translates to a mysterious figure in the basement of Ries. Ries being German for giant. It was a code word for the secret project the Nazis were doing back in the 1940s. Between 1943 and 1945, they occupied Poland, of course, and that part was considered to be Germany. And they were building some sort of underground bunker there. It was supposed to be a super bunker that could be like self-sufficient or whatever. Now, the sad thing about this is for a lot of these projects, the Nazis would use slave labor to construct the tunnels, mostly Jewish and occasionally POWs, whatnot. And they would literally work you to death. You would just work down there, and then, if you died, okay, well, get somebody to fill this spot. We'll just leave the body there, basically. You're already underground.
Not good. Not a fun way.
No, the Nazis were not very
They
nice
were not
people.
what you would call the good guys.
Anyway, and this isn't the first time they've built or attempted to construct some sort of crazy underground thing. One of their more famous ones, they were building an underground factory to manufacture Messerschmitt 262s, the jet fighter, and it was going to have like a runway on top of this like hill, and under it was going to be the factory, and it was going to be this whole crazy thing.
Jesus, that's like Hydra.
Kind of, yeah.
Man.
But about the time they started to make some of these incredible projects, the Allies were bombing the crap out of them, and the Germans just didn't have the resources to make these things happen. So you have a lot of incomplete bunkers and factories and things just kind of sprawled out throughout the wilderness, and it's kind of spooky to check it out. In fact, there's a longer version of this video on their channel. It's about 40 minutes long. And the video does open up with them exploring the woods there, which is now in Poland. It's no longer German territory. And you see like a couple entrances that have concrete little pillboxes, and there's some like iron ladders that'll take you down in there. And they finally enter through this giant cement bunker that's just literally in the middle of a forest. It's got this cool like Fallout vibe to it. It's worth watching, It's kind of interesting. But the only reason I watched it is because of the 17-second video. You go to their Facebook, which is in the description. You go to the Facebook, and you check out that video, the longer one. The description says something about if you want to become more familiar with what happened in the short video, watch this one. So I took the bait and I watched it. And although there was some creepy stuff and some cool stuff, they found some neat, stuff down there. Tools and some other relics and things. They found a large amount of water under there, and they even brought a small inflatable raft with them to go on the water, which was pretty cool. They found some weird shrines, which I don't think they're related to anything that was going on. But strangely enough, the appearance of the mysterious figure was not in that video. I combed through most of it, and I didn't see any of that in there, which led me to say something that was kind of eye-opening.
Yeah. Kendall was sitting there watching it.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh man, they just got me to watch their 40-minute video. It gave them one more view."
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, oh, well, now it all makes sense in a way. So flash to our heroes here. Sure, going into Nazi caves is pretty neat to see on YouTube. It's got
cool.
it's got its own value. But how many people are looking up people going caving? You know, really think about it. How many people sit down? I mean, watch this guy fucking cave, motherfucker. You don't really. I just don't see that being a thing, and their views kind of reflect it.
Yeah.
And then you have this thing, which is what? Creature in Cave. What's the title translate to?
Mysterious creature in the basement of...
Man, is that clickbaity, you know? You go to that, and wow. Oh, mysterious creature in a cave? What? What? In a Nazi cave? And boom, has 90,000 views in 3 days. Whereas the 40-minute video that was uploaded at about the same time, there's no mention of a creature, has not even close. So really... it really seems like they're using the creature in the cave to get people to head over to their main attraction, so to speak. It seems weird. And you know, if you look at the creature video, there's a lot of annotations. There's a lot of go here, see this video to learn more, and there's really nothing there other than them going through caves.
Yeah. When you click on the annotation on the 17-second video, it takes you to the longer video. When you go to the Facebook, all it says is pretty much, hey, go watch the longer video. It'll explain more. And it doesn't at all.
Yeah, nothing. You know, no clarification.
I mean, I realize some of the translation doesn't work really well, but it's still, even, you know, you just assuming that this is what they meant to say, it still sounds kind of like a bait and switch, basically. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to call these guys frauds because, I mean, they seem pretty genuine. You watch them in the video, they have decent equipment, and they brought a freaking pontoon with them, guys. They brought like a little inflatable boat with them. So, yeah. I mean, it's they're serious about what they're doing spelunking. And in the description, they seem, you know, genuine and earnest enough. They talk about, we want to show people how beautiful the world is underground, and they want to share the treasures they find, gold, silver, rock crystal, amethyst, that kind of thing. And when you go to their Facebook, you've got pictures of some of the rusted old pots and metal things that they found. And there's actually a picture of one of the dudes in the raft that they bring with them into the caves. So, I mean, they're a serious group, and they enjoy what they do. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe Max is right. Maybe they want to take it next level, and they're like, we got to do something that's kind of...
put asses in the seats.
Yeah.
Get people watching. And I think this may have been that. That's the thing in the thing in the photo in the video. Fucking stupid me, Jesus. The creature in the video is not easy to do. Wow, man, I am just all backwards. It's easy to do. You know, you could have a buddy run across. You could slap that in Adobe. It's not a difficult thing to fake. It's not like the Bigfoot that was outside the tent looking in. You know, it's not like that. That was incredible. It was a fake, but it was incredible. This is easy. This is down the dark tunnel, and it's running across super fast, and it's really blurry.
You know, if it is a kind of thing, that kind of sucks, because, I mean, you can't tell where they are in the cave, but it's still, you're in a cave, it's deep. Mm-hmm. That sucks. Like, oh, Steve, you draw the shortest straw, you put on the suit. Oh.
Oh, man. Guess this better make us YouTube famous.
But, man, I mean, Max has a good point. We've seen videos of you know, creatures, and they look pretty convincing, and then we go, you know, do a little more research, and we find a video of the guy making that creature we just saw.
Yeah.
That's happened a couple times now.
Yeah.
And again, you know, you go to the Facebook, and you sift through all the pictures they have. It's a group of, you know, older people. It's not just kids. There's a lot of older people here, too, who, I would assume, don't really care about YouTube fame. You know, they seem like they know what they're doing. So, like, I really hate to be calling them out on this, but things don't add up.
Their reaction is such a weird
They're
thing for me.
such a weird reaction. It just
And I
doesn't
get it.
seem-
I get it. There's like 7 or 8 of them. I mean, that might make you feel pretty brave, but to start running at it before it even crosses all the way, without giving a hoot, they aren't even like, hello, who's there, or anything like that. They just start running. They just start running.
Like, when I get startled and I think I see something, in the dark, in the field, whatever, I give out a hey. It's just like a reflex. I don't even, like, think about it. Hey!
Who's there?
Yeah, it's just, you go out walking at night and you see a figure. Do you chase after it? Do you call to it? What do you do? Most of the time you just go, oh, hope it doesn't notice me, and you walk a little faster.
Yeah, or you stop completely and think, oh, I'm dead. You don't run after it, man. You'd be insane. I think. I don't know. Maybe we're in the minority, Kendall.
Maybe
I just don't think we are, though. I don't think we're in the minority in a cave.
Well, because it's like there's no exits and you're confined. I mean, just thinking about being in a cave stressed me out. And I'm not even claustrophobic. It's just like the thought of being in a cave is just unsettling a little bit, because it's, it's silent death, man. You got gas, you got cave-ins. You don't know what's in that water. Is it toxic?
Got that thing in there running around?
Got that thing. Now, I had like a really stupid, crazy idea. I was speculating, well, maybe it was one of the prisoners who didn't escape after the war, and they've been living down there ever since because they were crippled, but now they're better, but that's the only life they know.
It's weird. That's a few holes in it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The body needs vitamin D and more than rat meat.
Yeah.
Not to mention, know.
Yeah, it's like one generation and it's already forgotten that there's a world outside the cave.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. What the hell? Yeah.
And I'm gonna rule out it's just some sort of vagabond because there's no signs of any life. There's no trash. There's no nothing. No sleeping area. I mean, realize it's a vast cave system, and it's there are buildings in there.
I won't say ruled out. I would say highly unlikely.
Well, there's nothing because it's in the middle of nowhere. So how are they going to get food to bring back unless they're foraging? But again, you would see bones. You would see fire pits. You would see some sort of human life.
Trash, and the only thing we really see is the sort of religious tchotchkes.
Yeah, they find like 1 or 2 of them and like a couple candles near them, and that's it. The rest of the stuff is all rusted out equipment that
There's
they
no
find.
sleeping bags or anything.
No,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, no graffiti either. I mean, I realize this is in Poland, and I don't know how they are.
Do they have chalk or spray paint there? Probably not.
I don't know. Do they have like Polish Crayola?
That should be your company if you ever start one. Polish Crayola.
Hi, yes, I'd like a small loan of $1 million. Oh, what for? Polish Crayola.
Oh, here you go. I'm thinking of what a Polish Crayola. It wouldn't be a crayon. Anyway. I don't see this being a creature that's survived the Holocaust,
Yeah, but
it's such a weird impossibility. It's been so long. I don't think it's a descent situation we have here. I think this is a trying to drive more people to your channel kind of situation. And like I said, like you said, it kind of sucks if that's the case. Because it seems like they're doing cool stuff and they're going down in these places that probably a lot of people aren't brave enough to go into, especially now, with all these cave creature videos around. I mean, if you got to get people to your channel, whatever, man.
Yeah, and the way they react to it on the YouTube channel too. I mean, maybe they don't have a big, paranormal thing going on in Poland like we do here in the States. I mean, people will believe anything you say. Oh yeah, UFO flew over Los Angeles. Yep. Clearly.
Yeah,
Right.
here in America.
Right. We have this whole like subculture, and we are fascinated by the occult and the paranormal. And there's a ton of people who are willing to capitalize on that too, and prey on those who are open to the ideas. I mean, you have a whole block on the Travel Channel dedicated to ghosts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure it happens everywhere, but it's not as commercialized as here in the States. I mean, it's just crazy.
Bodette.
Bodette or Wobbler. Buy the T-shirt.
Get the t-shirt.
Get the visor.
I don't know, man. There's something so wrong about the way they react.
Yeah, that's just so. Wow.
I can't even get past it. It's like when you see something in a movie that you're into and then it spoils it.
Yep.
It's like, oh, what the fuck kind of it's like in King Kong when the fucker was dancing on the ice with her. That's what their reaction is for this video. I can't get past it and it bugs me. This isn't like the guys in the truck in Kuwait and they're seeing the thing and they're screaming for their lives.
Yep.
And they don't want to get, they're not running after it, that's for sure. This isn't like the other guy in the cave, who, by the way, didn't actually see a thing. He saw a chain move and he heard a breeze or something like that. He
heard some sort of voice.
That was
noise.
The second time.
Oh, was it the second time?
That was the second time. But again, that's sort of a lesser situation. Like, he didn't see a thing in front of him. He just heard something.
Yeah.
And he still did what I would have done. He stopped and he went, oh boy, I got to get out of here. Again, he wasn't with 7 people, but I don't think that really matters.
Right. I mean, because again, like, even though they were in a group, they all kind of started running together. It wasn't like, hey guys, let's go.
They immediately ran, dude.
Yeah.
They immediately ran. It was a collective effort. It's like they were waiting on cue, right?
Sort of. Maybe they just have balls of steel. I don't know.
Maybe they made a pact before they went in there. If we see anything, we're gonna run after it.
Well, I mean, I get it. Maybe 1 or 2 would be super curious and start running. But for the whole group, nobody in that group to experience the flight or fear. They
I'm
go
watching
fight.
it. I'm watching it now. None of them say anything. They just run.
Yep.
They don't really start vocalizing and talking until they get up to the empty sort of offshoot in the cave.
You don't hear anybody go, whoa, or what's that, or,
Mm-mm.
And there is, I realize it's small, but there is a little thing of water kind of towards the entrance of the cave. You don't hear any kind of splash or anything.
Yeah.
Maybe it was really agile and missed it. But again, there was no dust kicked up. It just...
You didn't see it scurrying down that tunnel.
Right.
What looked weird to me, I don't know if Kendall sees this, but I saw this, is that when they run up to where they think it crossed over, I really am struggling with myself here because it almost looks like they don't run up far enough. It looks like they ran to where it looks like it would have been, not necessarily where it did go. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, kind of.
And I don't know if that is the case. That could be a common mistake because, oh man, there's a big tunnel right there. Or it could be, well, let's just do a trick, We'll have the guy who ran across hide over there, and we'll look down this tunnel, and it'll be a trick of the light. And we'll make people think that it ran down there, that we saw it run down here. When in fact, nothing did. I don't know which way it went, if there's actually a thing or not, but it wouldn't have been my knee-jerk reaction to do what they did.
No, it wouldn't have been mine either. It's tough to say whether or not it's, CG, but I don't know. These guys seem to be okay with, getting back to their fans and whatnot. Maybe we should shoot them a message on Facebook, see.
Yeah, maybe we should. I sure hope it's not a fake.
Yeah.
Just, everything we do, I hope it's not a fake. But
well, no, there's some stuff where it's like, do not want to be alive on Earth if that's real.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Like you always want people to be reputable.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
You always want people to be reputable.
And see, that's the thing about these guys. They don't have that like polished knob or Dark Side of the Moon vibe.
Yeah.
They don't have that like I'm doing this for money. I mean, some people just don't even try, like Dark Side of the Moon, where he chases down the bad creature and beats the crap out of it with a stick.
Mm-hmm.
I think in one thing he shoots like an alien. He like runs up to it and he's like, no! No!
And the thing's just laying there on the ground when he runs up to it.
He just blows it away. E.T. phone home. You're gonna learn today, boy. You're gonna learn today.
Call him from heaven, son.
And then, like, polished knob, it's just like, it's so convenient that the alien lives in the backyard behind your house.
Oh, it's so convenient. Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
And it always comes out when you have your camera and your friends over. Super convenient, bro.
That's a good thing about this, though. Like, they are down there filming the entire cave.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes sense that they have a camera out.
Yeah.
So, at least that's going for it. But,
and again, they have, like, such a good crew of people and equipment. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Maybe
it's kind of like when I watch Josh Gates, and like I can tell the episode's kind of getting flat, so they pretend something's going on. And then, like, I want to believe that Josh wouldn't do that to me, but I know he has to because it's television.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of like that.
A little bit like that.
Yeah.
I think this is more like the commercials for that, where, you know, they show you the like next week on Destination Truth, rest in peace, Destination Truth, and they say,
Right.
they say, they show one of the crew getting pulled into the woods or hearing something under the water or something,
Or
and
camera
then,
falling over.
yeah, and then when you watch the show, it was the wind.
Yep.
Yep. And they hold you for a whole break to tell you that it was the wind. I feel like that's what this is, in a way. It's just
It's
there.
a teaser to hook you. Yeah.
It's there to get you to watch the rest of their channel.
I can totally like see people justifying. Well, I'll hit subscribe. Maybe I'll see some more creepy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always that 1% chance that what if this is actually something they saw?
Yeah, that's right. Well, what if that's the case? Then we have nothing to say. You know, it was an unexplained thing.
Yeah.
What we have to speculate is that, you know, unfortunately, you can't trust anybody. You know that.
Yep.
You gotta look at it like it's bullshit. And I hope it's not.
Life finds a way, Max.
Ow! Game on, Warriors. You got anything else to say about this?
No, I am the one and only.
All right.
I am the one and only. It's the only part of the song I know. It's
What
actually-
song? What the hell song is that?
I don't know. It's from the one with you know. Why you gotta put me on the spot, man? I'm looking up, man. The Warrior? I don't know.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know either. This has been.
It's from Doc Holliday.
Oh wow.
The one and only.
What the hell, man?
It's got Michael J. Fox in it. Come on.
I don't know. I don't know anything. These are the films that you watch. This has been Unexplained YouTube.
What?